I had to have Heidi on because the most exciting thing to me on the internet has been watching your budding friendship with our favorite Pearl.
Oh yes. It's been quite tittillating. I agree.
I'm jealous. I'm impressed because I tried to get her on. Every week I send her the link. In fact, this
Every
reminds
week
me.
better send it again.
That
One of
reminds
these
me.
days she's gonna just pop on because she's gonna be so
she's
full
never
of rage.
come on. I thought that she did come on once.
I had her on a one-on-one interview.
Oh, one-on-one. Okay.
And every time I send her the link, she just writes back $5,000 and with her Venmo.
Oh, no.
It's kind of awesome. I
See,
mean,
you're not, I'd be like, you're gonna pay me $5,000? That's so nice.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll raise it tonight. I doubt it though.
That's a lot.
But Heidi, you
Sender.
charmed her somehow. You did not have to pay $5,000.
No, I mean, I also didn't have her on my show, but we have spoke twice on her technically on her Instagram, but yeah, I don't know how it happened really. I mean, it's an unlikely matching, that's for sure.
No, because you're charming and you wore her down.
Maybe that might have been it. I think it was just, yeah, I think she just wasn't expecting me to play along in the exact way that I did because she's used to women coming at her in a very specific way. She's used to this like straight woman thing, and I'm like, none of that
woman thing
on me, you know, like that shit just doesn't work on me. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, insult my husband? Haha, I don't have one. Like, I don't know. Like, where exactly is this gonna go? That like
she couldn't do anything to you because I think the responses she's used to getting are women tweeting at her pictures of them like looking younger, you know, women in their 30s tweeting, look, I look great. I look better now than I did in my 20s. You can't argue with that.
I don't think I do. I mean, I think that's ridiculous. I think obviously I looked better in my 20s. I mean, personally, but so I'm not going to do that, and I also don't care.
Yeah, we're gonna go onto Facebook or MySpace and get an old ass photo up and like blow the dust off to post it. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care anyway. So I was like, well, I'll just flirt with her and see what she does. You know, that's what I typically do. I mean, women like getting flirted with. You know, they like it.
I'm now gonna pivot to I'm gonna begin flirting with her. I don't know if it might be too late, but we'll see.
I'm like, I know what women like. They like it when you flirt with them. They like it. You know,
true. We do
they can't resist it.
That's true. My chat and we talked about it earlier while I was streaming, and we're convinced that you may have a shot. You may wear her down. So good luck.
Well, I'm married, so you know I've let her know that many times, but she still starts every conversation with the fact that she's not interested, which I've let her know. Like, I mean, okay, that's totally fine. We can move forward since I'm married, and you know I'm not technically pursuing you in any romantic way, but good to know that you're still not interested. You know,
sounds like the lady protests too much.
She's protesting way too much. I think she feels the need to keep announcing that because she sees the cat tree behind you, and she's like, "Now I have to just let you know I'm not interested in lesbians." Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like so solid. Like I'm really solid in my lesbianism, so I'm good. I'm not trying to convert you, but you know, if you're always welcome. I mean, I'm not gonna bat you away either. Some lesbians might. Some have been like, Heidi, stop. Like, we don't want her on our team. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not the one to decide, you know, whose team people go on. It's up to them to decide, you know, where they want to play.
I'm fascinated that Pearl has exempted you from all her fake rules. Like, Heidi, you're not following any of the rules that she's so judgmental.
Which
you're
rules?
Completely exempt. Well, like Chrissie messed up because she got married and had a baby, which is what you're supposed to do, but she didn't do it on time. So the reason I came on this, the reason I came on this show, you were a little bit late.
It was like right before the buzzer, right?
I guess I didn't know when the buzzer was. Apparently, Pearl knows when everyone's buzzer is.
All right, go on, continue on.
But no, I came on the show because I wanted to be in the company of everyone else who is also not getting it right. Because Heidi, you completely broke like every rule. Just so you know.
Yeah, but I think
understand why she's not mad at you for it.
Because I haven't heard any men. I haven't heard any men though. It's impossible to say that I've like harmed a man.
But have any of us? Did Chrissie?
Harmed like physically?
Thought about it.
But
do I look Dominican? No, I've never keyed a car. I've never stabbed anyone.
But you have the potential because you have a man like in your grasp. So like you technically could. Not that you would, but like you could. And I don't have any men in my grasp at all. I'm like, there's nothing going on there. So like she doesn't have anywhere to what am I doing that's harming, none
of us are harming anybody is the point though.
Nah, but it's the potential to. It's the like you exist in the realm of the red pill in some form or fashion, but lesbians are completely outside of that. Like if you go to like try to find lesbians overlapping with red pill content, it's very rare. But find like women, like straight women and red pill content. It's like nonstop, right? It's just,
I'm like straddling all of the lines. Like one of I can't fit into a box at this point. I mean, like one of my ex-girlfriends is on your page. Shout out to her. She comments on there sometimes. So like
really?
Yeah, like Catholic,
like girlfriend.
Well, yeah. There's no fake lesbians following Heidi.
Are you a lesbian
Pearl.
too, Brittany?
No, I struggle. I'm one of those compulsory heterosexual, raised Catholic, can't figure it out people. Which is also what Pearl is, by the way. Which is why you think I'm straight.
I don't know what to think.
I don't know either.
Okay. How old are you?
I would need to see you drunk.
35. So I broke that rule. I'm too old.
You don't look it, girl.
Same. Yeah.
Nobody
don't have any kids.
I have kids. I have kids.
Oh, okay. You have kids.
Well, you're doing better than me. I'm 36. I'll be 37, and I don't have any kids. So you're doing better than I am. Pearl hates me. I haven't caught her attention yet, though. But if she finds out, I'm done for, guys. Nice knowing you.
What rules did you break? You're 36, and that's not allowed.
Ooh,
first of all, you can't even be 36. You can't even turn like.
No, I'm not. I should have died 35? Like a year ago. Yeah, I should have. I should have been dead a year ago. So I'm 36, no children. I just really dove into religion and found God like a couple of years ago, like really devoted myself. I have had not unprotected, but I've had sex before marriage. What else? Let's see.
Come on, we all
that's where we're at right now. So that's like 4 things so far that she doesn't like, that I hit those boxes. So I'm waiting for her to find me. It's about to happen at some point, but she hasn't yet. So
wow. I wish we could be as good as Pearl.
I think if Pearl or anybody really wants to change any hearts or minds, it's to, I don't know, get off Twitter. Like I responded to one of Allie Drummond's tweets, and she was talking about like when people got married or what they did to find success in getting married. And I was like, it doesn't matter. You're on Twitter. Like the young women are on TikTok and Instagram. Yeah. I think it's a waste. I think so. So when I see people really trying very hard to talk about this topic on Twitter, I'm like, what's the point? It's like a fart in the wind. Like if you actually want to reach the youth, go to where the youth are, because the young girls, especially ones that are getting it, are not on Twitter. I know Pearl's not the only one who does this, but I just don't think shaming is the way to reach the next generation into making different choices than our generation or the boomers did. Even like I just don't think they would respond well to it. I think you got to let people like love people, forgive them, but really letting people live their lives, and that's what makes you choose something different. I just think back to 18, 19, 20-year-old me, like right out of college. My mom was saying to me, like, get married, have kids. And I was like, that doesn't do anything, because if you want to give somebody advice, you got to back it up even further. Like, hey, like what values are you looking for in somebody? Do you want to get married? If not, why? Let's get into that. Like, I just think just shaming someone into having kids is not is not the answer. Or shaming someone into being a virgin till marriage, not going to work.
And
especially
one of
when
my
that makes no sense. Yeah.
One of my least favorite little talking points Pearl has is like, there's no reason to have a baby in a less than ideal situation because there's on-demand abortion, which is a very strange take from anybody who's culturally Catholic. And I think this idea of keeping up appearances, which is what she's doing, is pretending to be pristine and ideal and unflawed while criticizing everyone else. You know, we should be supporting single moms. She can't stand single moms, you know? So I don't like the way that she goes about her messaging, because for young girls, your image isn't as important as are you following your core values and who you are and what's right for you.
Yeah, and the ironic part to me is, and listen, I say what you want, all this stuff, that's fine. It's free world. We can run our mouths about wherever we want to, but you have all this advice, you have all this talking trash. This tweet is directed at a girl named Bernadine Buntley, who's been married for 12 years, and she's younger than me, so I don't know. They've been married a hot minute. She's pregnant with their 6th kid.
I didn't realize this was directed at somebody.
Yes, it's directed at Bernadine Buntley, but either way, we can still talk about it. But she's been married. So she's going after women like that who are what Pearl is preaching. And she literally, I kind of skimmed through their tweets. She responded to this girl's husband and was like, no one wants what you have. Okay, no one wants what they have, which is virgins until marriage and a stable relationship and multiple kids. And she submits to her husband, which is everything you preach that we should be doing. But yet no one wants what you have. What does that even mean? And she's single, no kids, never been married. Like, you know what I mean? And so it's like trying to take tax advice from an actor. Like,
but her response to that would be, I've interviewed 1,000 people. I've talked to more men than anybody.
Every time. I'm like, have you? It's been the same people. I mean, it might be 1,000, but it's the same people over again.
That's why she's exempt from following her.
Well, that's why everyone thinks she's a closeted homosexual at this point, because, you know, she doesn't do anything she preaches, and then she just giggles along when women are flirting with her. So, you know,
here Heidi comes in.
We do love attention. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I just am like, I wouldn't take eye advice on how to fix my vision from a podiatrist. Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You're preaching all this stuff, but yet you call out this girl, specifically this one. She's going after this girl all the time, who's literally living what you have been preaching about, but no one wants what you have. What? And she said the same thing to you and Frank, Chrissy. No one wants what you have.
No one wants what you have to be with someone 10 years, get married, and have a baby. That nobody wants that.
Yeah. Nobody wants that.
I remember Anna told me she was pregnant, and I was like, when are you going to tell people? It was cute. And I wanted to send her a bunch of books. She's like, they were already on their way from Amazon. She's like, you better not be sending me books because I'm not going to read them. And I was like,
what if they're audio books?
She's like, I've already brought 3 copies of What to Expect When You're Expecting to the thrift store or something. And I was like, fuck, that was one of the books.
Is that a good book? Is that so relevant today?
I liked it. I thought it was helpful. I also really liked Emily Oster's Expecting Better, which talks about, that is where I read that your fertility does not truly begin to tank until after 40. Most women think it's 30 or 35.
I've got 4 years to go.
I mean, everybody's different, but like, I think they're dealing with a lot of old info.
Pearl, are you getting this?
She'll be like, no. She'll be like, here, I read this one study.
You're all sterile.
That is one thing that drives me crazy, is she never provides her sources for her study. She spouts out all of these statistics, and I've looked into them, like, well, maybe I can find these because that's fascinating, and I can never A, find them, B, find the ones she's talking about, and C, the ones I have found are like 10 plus years old. I'm like, ma'am,
don't feel bad, because Pearl can't find all the statistics. Like, she can't find the domestic violence ones or anything like that. Just some statistics, not all of them.
She's more of like I read a thing I mean, that's kind of what I say too.
That's kind of how the Red Pill does it, though. They always quote this one study at me that it was like in 2010 or I can't remember when, but it's that lesbians have the most domestic violence.
What?
And they're always like, oh, why don't you just go beat up your wife or something, Heidi? Like, what are you doing on the internet?
I've never
Like,
heard that ever.
like they have the most domestic violence. And I looked into it, and I mean, for one, it included like under domestic abuse, it wasn't like physical violence. It included everything. Like, and did you report like emotional, verbal, like all this stuff? And I'm like, okay, but you have two women. Like, women obviously are going to be like, like, yeah, she's a bitch. You know, she's mean. She said this, like, and it's one study that was done, and it's like, okay, and most of it ended up being non-physical. But then people see like, oh, lesbians have the most domestic abuse, and they think like we're literally like killing each other and beating each other up, when it's like that's like not the case. There's not like, you know, like a huge amount of like lesbians dying at the hands of their lovers. Like, but
we are like news
mean
stories.
I mean, like, we are drama and we are mean, and like we will say like some really mean shit to each other. But is that included? And it turns out like, yeah, it is. Like, it's
but didn't Pearl call you? I don't know. Are we allowed to cuss on this show, Chrissy?
Yes, cuss away.
Didn't Pearl call you a bitch the other day?
She calls me a bitch like every day. Yeah, at least
so
once.
like she would be included in those statistics.
Yeah. That's interesting that they count everything, whereas like the normal domestic violence, I'm pretty sure is
maybe it's like domestic abuse versus
it's just domestic
violence.
Abuse. But it's always thrown in together when they use these terms. You know, they take one study and they'll make an infographic and send it to everybody and be like, oh my god, women are so awful. See, because the highest amount of abuse happens in lesbian couples. And it's like, that's because women are awful. That's like the point.
Women are also more likely to overreact, right?
Women are more likely to report things.
Emotional.
We're super emotional. We're super just, no, it's true. Just as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah. If you just got out of a breakup with somebody and you're a woman and they ask you like, okay, was there this and that? Yeah, you're going to be like, it was horrible. She was a bitch. She said this, she said that, you know? And like, if you ask two men, they'll probably just give me like, whatever. Like, you know, and so then they infer that like men are better than women. Like, you know, it's almost like, okay, men should just all be in gay relationships anyway, you know, because like where women are terrible. And yeah, like, because like if you look at lesbians versus gays, like lesbians get divorced more often than any other group.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean the data's so, I mean, how long have we been getting married? Not very long, but yeah, the divorce rate is pretty high. It's not what they purport it to be. It's just that most divorces that are filed between versus gay and lesbian couples, like 70% were lesbians out of all the divorces filed. And so they'll say, well, that's a 70% rate of divorce for lesbians. And I'm like, that's not how statistics work. Like, that's not like actually what that means. That means out of the divorces, that many were lesbian. That's two different statistics. But it is true that there is a high divorce rate, but it's just because like, you know, women are more adaptable. I think we're like less like worried about change, and if you have something that's not working, we're more willing to be like, yeah, like let's just get out of this, like file paperwork, whatever we got to do. Whereas, and we also are like more likely to be monogamous than gay, like a gay couple. So what's going to break up a gay couple? Like probably not a lot.
Bad outfit, basically.
Yeah, I mean
10 pounds. 10
like
pounds.
men will put up with it. Like they'll be like, you know, but like, yeah, women are just less likely to put up with stuff, I think, in relationships in general. So, and more likely to like make the first move. Like, okay, like I'm going to file paperwork, or I'm going to do this. Let's just get out of here.
That's one statistic she's always talking about too. Women leaving the relationships. And it's like, that one's taken out of context as well. Because like taking initiative doesn't mean you're the bad guy.
It just means you're the one that filed the paperwork, right?
It means you're the productive person.
Like you filed the paperwork first. Like you guys are both unhappy. It could have been for years, and then finally you're like, all right, you're not gonna do it. I'll do it. Like because you're too lazy to file this form that we both know we need to file. And now it's like, women started all. So I mean, you know,
right. It's like, well, I also had to remind you to go to the doctor's appointments and shit.
Right. I've been handling all the paperwork that comes into the house anyways, right?
Yeah. I asked you to do it 17 times and you never did. So I guess I'll just file. So just file it now.
Keanu, you missed our Pearl conversation at the beginning. I was entranced with Heidi.
We can always talk more about Pearl anytime.
Charming. She's charming, Pearl. She got her. She's done a content with her without having to pay $5,000, and she's wearing her down with her lesbian skill set.
I love that.
Oh my God,
right now I'm in recovery though, so
what is
that's from
on your arm.
This is not from Pearl. This is from other extracurricular activities, but I'm in recovery
from her life.
So you got to meet Pearl in real life?
Not yet. No.
Clam.
Let me fix my head.
We call
not yet.
Aww.
Push-up says hi, Keanu.
Hello, $2 warrior push-ups. I love you.
$2 king.
Sorry, I would have been here earlier. I'm just we were sort of listening on the airplane, but then I was so angry.
Yes, you just blew into town from South Carolina.
Yeah, and then
you made it safely.
I know the plane didn't crash.
Was your pilot what? Was there a white guy driving the plane?
With a pilot?
I didn't even actually. You know what, Chrissy? I didn't even look. But sometimes I don't want to look. And unlike you, I'm not. It's not the race. As long as it's an old elbow, black, white, Asian.
That's fair.
That's whatever, fair. An old elbow. But if it's a woman's elbow, I'm like, that's my only bias. I'm like, I don't want a woman. Ugh. I do not want a woman flying this plane.
I understand.
But I hope it's a white old elbow, obviously. But
yeah. That makes sense. Because you had to fly down to check out some stuff. No, you had to talk to your wedding planner or do some wedding stuff.
No, not even. We just wanted to go and hang out with my mom and dad. And Gino and my dad and mother. They're all like, you know what it is? Like hanging and for Father's Day we went.
Aww.
It's like hanging out with those three. It's like I don't get a word in edgewise. They're all in the same age bracket, basically.
Wow.
So it's like they just ignore me. 100%. It is untoward. I mean, we went out for Father's Day today. I mean, I didn't get a word in edgewise. It's true. It's true, Bisconti. But no, we just went down to hang out. So we had a good time. But no, on my way back, I was trying to listen to what was going on, and I didn't hear the Pearl thing. So, and that's my favorite.
Yeah, basically, Heidi went on Pearl's Instagram live, and they just like shot the shit, really.
Yeah. It was quite nice. Yeah.
Why did she let you on?
I don't know. She,
$5,000.
Because I think you asked, why does she hate women?
Why do you hate women? Yeah, that's how it kind of started. I mean, I've been trying to kind of poke at her for a minute before that, but she didn't see any of it. And then I just went a little harder. I was like, all right, has anyone asked Pearl why she hates women? Is what I asked. And then
I love that.
And then and then she responded, I don't hate women. I hate women like you. And I was like, aw.
Is that true? That's what she said?
Yes. And I was like, oh, did you mean lesbians? Like, why would you hate lesbians?
I would go, okay. All right. You guys, I have so much.
Keanu could never do this. She would.
I wasn't. Heidi, are you a lesbian? I was going to ask you.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
You didn't? Okay.
She has I'm sorry. Pearl has a crush on you. She let you come on because she has a crush on you. And I didn't hear any of this. I was on an airplane, okay? She just was like, oh, yeah, come on. I've been saying the woman looks like
How do you not like Heidi? Like, she's very charming.
That's fair.
So she let you on for not $5,000. You went, why do you hate women? And she said, come on. And then because she knows you're a lesbian or whatever, and she thinks you're cute and you're so beautiful, right?
Aww.
And she's like, I'm not going to. Even though I can't come out with the fact that I like women right now, I'm gonna. This is the only way I can talk to Heidi. Oh my God, I'm 100% right.
As cute as Heidi is, you are a very cute woman. I still think Pearl is straight, and I think that's the reason why.
No way. She looks like a softball player. Let's get over it. No,
she's actually a basketball player. I think.
She's a volleyball player. She's volleyball.
Oh,
semi-pro volleyball.
For the I thought it was basketball. Pearl can only say
volleyball is a very lesbian sport.
Clam can only say the things that she says because she hates herself so much because she won't come out as a lesbian, and which would be fine. But
I think it's
can only say that about women. Right. But Heidi, you went, hey, you literally just went, hey, can I pop on your live stream? And she said yes.
Well, I said, let's collab. And she's like, why? Do you have a crush on me? And this is like public. She's like, so I'm like, hey, Pearl, I love that you hate me. Like, we should make content together. It'd be hilarious. Like, let's collab. And she's like, why? Do you have a crush on me? And then I'm like,
that is such a crush thing to say.
I didn't say I didn't say anything about that, but you know.
God. Oh, you remember when we were kids and the boy or girl we liked as kids would ask us some stupid, ridiculous question, be like, "Why you got a crush on me?" Like something stupid.
That was the vibe.
Is it possible she doesn't know she's gay? Like,
no, she knows. She knows.
How would
but
not
look,
know they're
Heidi
gay?
goes like, listen, I've accepted myself and it's perfect. Who said, I mean, in this day and age, is there anything wrong with being gay? No.
Nope.
Clam just can't accept it because
how would you not know you're gay?
Validation,
how would you not know you're gay? You just find yourself in a Home Depot every weekend, not sure how you got there.
Well, there's definitely repressed homosexuality. I mean, there's definitely people that have repressed those feelings because they won't be accepted by their family, or their whole public image, is one thing, and that would really throw everything off. I mean, this happens all the time, and so there's tons of closeted homosexuals that won't ever admit to it.
Very sad, yeah.
Then why is she always seeking male validation though? That's her whole thing. It's like she's obsessed with male validation.
The only way Clam could say the things that she says is if she is a lesbian. That's the only way.
But she
likes black guys.
She likes got the type for sure. And that's
if she said she was a lesbian, it could actually save her whole career. Because everyone's like, well, Pearl, why don't you have a man? Why don't you have a man? If she just said, you know what, I'm actually a lesbian and that's why I don't have a man, people would shut up.
She has a boyfriend though. She talks about her boyfriend now. She had a boyfriend for a few months.
The boyfriend from Canada?
She said he's from the U.S.
Heidi,
no, like it's a joke. Like
he wants you, and that's that. I'm telling you, there's no way.
She's gonna leave this boyfriend for you.
Well, good for her. I don't think the boyfriend's real.
And good for you, Heidi.
She's gonna show up on your doorstep with an ambrosia salad.
An ambrosia salad.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah,
no, we've had a few conversations, and she always starts off with I hate the gays. I'm anti-gay. Just want to let you know that from the get-go. That's the first thing I want to say. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, that's actually a very closeted thing to say.
That is. Hi, by the way, Heidi, I hate gay people. But also,
that's how we're going to start this conversation.
What size are your breasts? Because I just want to know.
Are you feeling down?
Now I believe she's
and then I said, we were having a conversation. She says, I play volleyball, I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, how tall are you? Because I'm like, it's kind of, and she's like, I'm not interested, Heidi. I'm like, how?
Did she actually say she played volleyball?
Yeah, she's talking about how she played volleyball. And so I said, well, how tall are you? And she says, I'm not interested, Heidi. And I'm like, well, I just asked how tall you were. I thought that was relevant to the conversation.
Just seeing how easily you could spike the ball. Why are you being so weird?
See, if that interaction happened with a man, like you asked how tall she was, if a guy would go, I'm not hitting on you, calm the fuck down. I think was very quick to assume you were hitting on her, which is I don't know. It's kind of arrogant. Odd. It is an arrogant move. She's patting herself on the back already.
You know what? This kind of confirms to me that she is gay, though.
100%. I've been saying this for, I don't know, 6 months, maybe a year. She's 100% gay, and that's fine. Why is she? You're Heidi, you're beautiful, or whatever. She's like, you're like, hey, do you want to do this? She's like, don't hit on me, Heidi.
Stay away. She does this. Heidi. Just stay away. Stay away. That's her thing. Yeah, stay away.
Stay on your side of the screen.
She's like, stay away. I need you away from me. I'm like, okay.
Meanwhile, she has her clam out the whole time. Just
stay away. I am touching myself though right now.
Oh God.
Wild.
Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Come and get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.